everybody, welcome to the show. That was actually me. Hey, I'm Lainey. This is Walter. Walter is my service puppy doggy in training, and I figured I since I'm going through some stuff right now, and Walter's also a rescue, and he's been through some stuff and some things. So I figured that we'd share our collective stories and our shared stories with the YouTube-ish community. Kitchen cabinet open in the background. Anyway, this is the very first of what I hope will be cozy enough. He's got his sweater on. He's feeling very confident today because he's so handsome. What I hope to be a continuing series of things. If you notice, I just kind of whacked my own ears right now. Part of this is, remember I told you that we had some issues about stuff? Well, I have misophonia. This is not in the medical diagnostic manuals as of yet. In fact, where I live, which is in the southeastern United States area, it's not a big city either. It's kind of few and far between where you can find doctors who know what misophonia is here. Anyway, a little bit about me. Like I said, my name's Lainey. I am a transgender 29-year-old male and pre-op. And anyway, Walter is my baby boy. I consider myself his service human exactly as much as he is my service dog, because Walter here, I don't have fancy camera equipment. Walter here, he's my baby boy. He's very shy on camera, but I got him from the shelter on Black Friday. A kid, remember this is in the southeast. It was Black Friday sale. He's a black mostly dog. He has some white on his tail and his paws and his tummy. His tummy's white. You can't see. He loves tummy rubs. Anyway, Black Friday sale. Humane Society. The point is, I chose him because I instantly felt a connection with him, and I mean, look at that face. Look at that. Look at that. Look at this baby. He loves ear rubs. Look at that. Oh my god. What's the spot right there? Anyway, he was skin and bones, and he had already been there for I was told later at least a month and a half, possibly 2 months or more. Yeah, so he was not eating. He was terrified, absolutely terrified. Every time you reached toward him, he very much wanted to be petted, but he was afraid. You could tell that he had been abused. It was just so obvious. And, I felt a connection with him. Not really based on that, but just, I love animals, by the way. Like, that's my life. I have a bachelor's degree in biology with a minor in education, even though I can't work right now, and I don't qualify for disability because I haven't worked enough to qualify for disability because I can't work. And so that kind of thing. And also have a cat. If you see a bat bleep crazy cat flying around the room, that's Iliad, and he he's not here for really therapeutic purposes, but he's here, and he's kind of scary. Walter is the mailman. It's the mailman. Walter always lets me know when somebody's coming. There's a window out there, and he's like, "Who is that? Who is that?" It's the mailman. It's okay. They come almost every day. No posts on Sundays. Every other day. At least until the next government shutdown. So Walter here, who's wearing his blue sweater because it's very cold today, and it's December here, and in the southeast, and we are not used to this. It's kind of disconcerting. It's like, what is this feeling? It hurts. It's like it's not hot, but it's something else, and we're not really sure. But it happens every now and then, and the next day it'll be like 80 degrees, and we're like, oh, okay. Guess that was a fluke. Oh, then it happened again. Anyway, so Walter here, who's my baby boy, checking out the mailman, making sure nobody's coming to get me. He's my buddy. He's my service dog in training. I adopted him approximately 2-ish years ago. Yeah, about 2 years ago, I think. He's you're gonna be 5 soon. You're 4 currently, and he's a good boy. Are you a good boy? Good boy. And he is, but like I said, he's been through some trauma himself, and he's gotten so much better, so much better. Look at this. Look at this ham. Look at him, curled up, teddy bear. Anyway, he's also a pit bull mix. Apparently, that's what they said at the shelter, and I'm big against the whole breed specific stuff, legislation and all that stuff. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Let me tell you something. I have ADHD, and I will be flipping around with different topics. But let me tell you something about pit bulls and every dog, because people say, oh, pit bulls they can lock their jaws and that they can't do that. That's not a thing. Also, giant scared baby of thunderstorms and mail trucks. But also, he's as sweet as a little button, cute button. And but what I know there's no convincing some people, but if you have ever had a dog and you treat them with respect and dignity and love, and you feed them properly and exercise them, which is very important. Oh my gosh, cannot stress enough. This guy gets the zoomies like crazy. Anyway, it's all dogs. In the animal career business thing, we say, if it has a mouth, it can bite. And if it has teeth, it could hurt if it bites. And dogs have teeth usually. Walter does. I brush his teeth. He's very good about it. He doesn't like the brush, but he loves his peanut butter flavored natural toothpaste. He loves it. Anyway, there have been so many things in the news about pit bull bites child, pit bull being euthanized for biting child. Steve Irwin, who is one of my personal heroes in life, said it is never the animal's fault. Let me explain that a little bit. This dog right here did not ask to be brought into this world for what little hole in his sweater where you can put a thing, leash. I don't know. Anyway, and be abused and neglected and starved. And emaciated and left in a shelter. He didn't ask for that. And it's I made a commitment to him the day that I signed the paperwork, and I decided this is my dog now. This is my baby boy, and he is. And even though I have some issues, quite a bit, that I'm working on myself, in which he's helping me with very much, and his service dog training and just being here, It's everything that has happened to him. He didn't ask for that. He didn't ask to be. I don't know where he came from. I really don't. He's got a few scars on his head, but he loves other dogs. Let me tell you something. He loves every living thing in the world as a friend, not to eat. Except maybe the wild rabbits that live behind the fence. But he's just a love bug, and he does have certain issues where he's afraid of shiny surfaces. He won't set foot on hard flooring of any kind, and I can't even imagine what happened to him to make him so afraid of that. So I got him little booties on his little feet, and we practice going to the grocery store, the local one. Walmart is that's a bit much for both of us right now, but he's been there too. He did a great job, and he's doing so great, and I'm so proud of him. And he doesn't always want to go, and sometimes I feel bad because I feel like I'm forcing him to go, but it's helping him come out of his shell because he's obviously had some bad experiences, and I want him to have good experiences. And he's always with me. He rides with me. He's in a seatbelt, in the car, and he's just my baby boy, and I want to help him as much as I possibly can. And I know that he would do the same for me. And that's how I feel about that. But anyway, what were and then about me, I have let's see, diagnoses. Asperger's syndrome, high functioning autism, whatever they're calling it these days. Misophonia, of course, which is not a thing some people think, and it's like, well, anyway. And then OCD. There's possibly Tourette syndrome. The jury's still going. Some doctors are like, because of the ear slapping. I really do. I'm not a doctor, and they don't value opinions of people who actually experience the disorders themselves. So I mean, yeah. Anyway, not all doctors. Not all doctors, but enough doctors. And then there's ADHD, of which I'm sure you've noticed by now. And sleep apnea and some other stuff that I probably don't even know about. I can't breathe through my nose very well. I have glasses, but that's not really an issue. Some glasses got Medicaid, it's a pair of glasses. Anyway, so it's like I said, I'm 29 years old right now. I'm living in my mother's house. Please do not tell her that I'm filming this in her house, because she very much doesn't want people to see that her house is messy. And she says that since I'm in it, it's always messy. And it's true. It's true. I know that. I know that I'm messy. And I'm going to try to not show much of the house. Anyway, she doesn't watch too much YouTube, but she might find this. Anyway, yeah. So this is just an introductory course of myself and my boy Walter here, who is trying to currently curl into the tightest ball that he can form with his doggy body, because it's cold outside, and we just don't know what to think about that here. And yeah, so keep tuning in. Well, I'm planning on making this a thing, like a recurring thing, possibly. I have no idea how many times a week, month. It's just rough right now because of the disorders. I'm looking into that, hopefully in future episodes, but we appreciate your viewership. And those of you who are viewing, I'm not into, like, I have to have a bajillion viewers to feel like a successful person. Like, I would feel successful if I were able to have a job right now in my own house. But that's my opinion. And Walter's opinion is that he wants to go to sleep right now, so I'm going to respect his wishes because I respect him and he's a good boy. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Thank you.